What's up, y'all? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a great trading week so far. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. This is going to be for my supply and demand traders. I've been trading supply and demand and improving this strategy for a little over a year now. Definitely learning what is, creating higher probability setups. Really looking to only trade those A plus setups. So I want to share you guys a few things that I've been learning and improving upon, and that I think will help you guys out and help you guys get a higher win rate. But if you guys stay to the end of this video and you get some value out of this video, I really appreciate giving me a thumbs up and then a subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed already. I trade supply and demand, and I'm also working on a higher time frame strategy to show you guys. But appreciate you guys watching. Let's go ahead and get into the trading. All right, what is up, y'all? Let's go ahead and get into the charts of these trades that I want to kind of lay out for you guys. So like I said, this is with the supply and demand strategy, and I take my entries mostly on the 5-minute time frame, maybe on the 15-minute time frame for those quicker scalps. I'll also trade it sometimes on the 1 hour or 4 hour, but those are long-term trades, not really what we're talking about today, but they also apply to that as well. So as you can see here, this is USD/JPY on the 5-minute time frame. So a couple things I want to note here that is going to give you a higher probability of winning these trades, and you're going to start having a lot higher win rate if you start implementing these few things. So one thing, the first thing that I want to point out is that we are trading above the 200 moving average. Another thing I want to point out is that we are breaking highs. So this was a lower high, and this never made a lower low, so it made a higher low, and now we're breaking up above this previous high, making a higher high. So we are changing the trend from a uptrend, or from a downtrend to an uptrend. So we break this high, we even come up and wick above this high, which is breaking major structure. So we come up, there's a few demand zones here. Now I believe on this trade I actually had a few of these zoned up as well, but they never gave my correct entry, so I never entered on them. And a lot of times that will happen. Sometimes when you're waiting for a demand zone or a supply zone for that matter, waiting to be hit, sometimes there's going to be multiple zones, 2 or 3 zones. It might go deeper into that second or third zone and not always bounce out of the first one. But you have to be ready because it might bounce out of that first one. So for instance, it could have bounced out of this demand zone here. It could have, because it broke these highs, it could have come right here and then flown, but it didn't. It broke through. So I delete this demand zone, and you can just keep doing it. You can just keep deleting them as price is continuing. But I'm keeping my eye on this trade. A couple things I really like about this trade. One, it's kind of right at the 200. The demand zone is. We're on the 5-minute time frame here. If you move to the 15-minute, it is also a 15-minute supply zone, or demand zone, excuse me. So if you have the 5-minute and the 15-minute in Confluence, your win rate will go way up. I'm telling you guys, it really works out well. And this is me from trading this and experience for, over a year now, I think at this point, trading supply and demand. So if it's in Confluence, the 5-minute, the 15-minute, even better if it's in Confluence with the hour as well. This one isn't, but if it has an hour demand zone and there's a 5-minute or a 15-minute or both inside that 1 hour demand zone, that's usually a money trade or supply zone. But we come in, we wick into this demand zone, immediately reject. Another reason why I was confident taking this trade. It wasn't something that was really messing around. You could tell it immediately wanted to reject from that zone and continue up. So we rejected, continued up. You can wait till the candle break. I entered a little bit earlier just because I was like, this trade's gonna play out. I could tell right off the bat, and I was confident in it. We come up, come down a little bit. I never, I don't immediately move my stop and profit. I wait until usually their TP1s hit, and then I move my stop and profit if I'm leaving a runner. But anyways, also another thing I was looking at here is another thing you can look for when you're looking for where to TP at, where to take your profit. So say you entered on this 5-minute demand zone. Even if you enter at the candle break, look ahead and see if there's any supply zones coming up. So look, my TP is basically happens to be the 1-to-1, but it's also right at the supply zone. So I'm just gonna get out there. Price could keep going. I could have, like I said earlier, you could have left or taken partials out and left a runner, but I decided to not leave a runner, and I just took out full profit here. But these confluences are the main thing that I wanted to focus on for this video. If you guys have multiple time frame confluence, so 5-minute, 15-minute, maybe even the 1 hour, all have a demand or supply zone, that is going to help your win rate significantly. If you are breaking structure, breaking major structure before making that move, you know, breaking structure, coming back down to the demand zone, then shooting out, perfect. That's going to play out more times than not. And I believe this trade, I got out right there, but if I exit this replay mode, let's see, this was a while back, so let me go back to it real quick. Yeah. So if you look at this, this is still the 5-minute time frame. This trade played out for this long. Technically, it went 40 pips. So you could have gotten in here and just rode this and never even hit break even. So you could have put your position at break even once it went 1-to-1, which is what I recommend. Don't put your position in break even before that, before it's the 1-to-1. So comes up and it keeps making higher lows and going up to the, and keeps going up, and then eventually it comes back down. This was definitely news, but you get what I mean. 40 pips, if you took out at this high, you got 30 pips. I mean, this was a solid trade. And some of you guys might be like, you really took profit at 10 pips? Look, if you have a high win rate, even if you're going 1-to-1, you will be profitable. What I like to do, again, I didn't on this trade because there was a supply zone there. But if there was no supply zone, no reason at all for me to get out, and price was just shooting up, I would have just put my stop loss at break even once it went a 1-to-1 at least. So once it went that 10 pips, and then let it ride. So sometimes you'll catch, you know, on this simple strategy, on the 5-minute time frame or 15-minute, you might have a 5-10 pip stop loss, but sometimes you can catch 30, 40, 50, 100 pip trades if you leave runners. I'm telling you guys, from experience, you guys think, no way, you're not going to get those runners on a 5-minute time frame or even 15-minute. You will get those runners eventually if you trade it enough. And like I said, I've been trading this for over a year. I know the ins and outs of this strategy, and I'm perfecting it day to day. Still learning, obviously. I'm never going to say I've completely mastered it, because I haven't, and I think that you're never going to completely master a strategy. You can master the basics of it, but your psychology is always going to fluctuate. You're always going to, you know, learn new things as you're looking at other traders. And I'm not saying completely change your strategy, but you might learn a thing or two. But for today's video, I just wanted to focus on those confluences, breaking the highs or lows, depending if you're looking at supply and demand, and that time frame confluence of, 5-minute, 15-minute, or 1 hour. I'm telling you guys, if you guys start implementing this and only focusing on these things, another thing I almost forgot is trading away from the 200. So the 200's right here, we were going away from it, we come back to it with the demand zone, and then we go away from it again. If you're trading say I took this supply zone here, which ended up working out, but you're going trading towards the 200, that is not the best way to do it, because there's just so many things that can go wrong. And if you're trading with the 200 moving average, you are going with the trend, most likely with the higher time frame trend as well. You can look at the 1 hour, 2 and 4 hour as well. If you're in an uptrend, trading above the 200 moving average on the 1 hour or the 4 hour, you are most likely going to, you have a higher probability, I should say. I shouldn't say most likely, but you have a higher probability of these trades playing out if you're trading with the trend. You can trade supply and demand against the trend, and sometimes I do if certain things line up. But for the majority of my trades, if you are patient wait for the trades that are, you know, have the confluences. Let's say they have 3 confluences and you're trading with the trend. That trade is going to play out 9 times out of 10. I guarantee it. I'm telling you guys from experience, this strategy works. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did, if you have any questions, comment below. I hope you guys are having a good trading week so far. I'm having a decent trading week. But again, hope you guys are doing well, and I appreciate you guys watching. Give it a thumbs up if you got video, or if you got value out of this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one.